PI planning in regulated environments is brought to you by piplanning.io.
What are regulated requirements? Where are they coming from? What kind of questions need to be addressed in order to successfully develop solutions in a lean, agile manner within a regulated environment? If you think about compliance, we should think about what does that really mean. One possibility is to talk about examples. I guess you're all aware of the Boeing 337. People died because some of those planes crashed. Sometimes it's just about things where people don't die directly, but a lot of people are affected, and probably the impact on the society is really big. And we have tons of examples like that. Financial crashes, diesel scandal. So let's have a look at what is so typically wanted in the regulated environment. Let's take some bullets from quality and let's put them along with some bullets from the Agile Manifesto. At the first glance, the practices associated with lean agile and those associated with traditional compliance processes appear to be diametrically opposed, with conflicting goals and disparate communities. The world on the left works through rigorous state-gated activities. The compliance world emphasizes quality, safety, and security to ensure that systems perform their intended purpose without causing harm. Those systems demonstrate adherence to specifications through verification and validation activities, and often must provide evidence of adherence to standards with reviews, audits, and sign-offs. To such a community, change and variability is equal to adding risk and uncertainty. By contrast, on the right side, lean agile development strives to discover the ultimate and optimal system in an iteratively manner by creating an environment for learning. It's building a working system in frequent small batches which confirms or rejects some design hypothesis. And with continuous customer and stakeholder collaboration, it provides fast feedback on decisions and the ability to adapt to new knowledge. Validated learning explores alternatives and helps to ensure that the development creates product that meets the real needs of the customers. To such a community, change and variability provide the ability to create products that excite customers and generate better outcomes and better economics for the business.
Struggling with alignment in your Agile release train? It's time to check out piplanning.io and get a free 45 minutes demo with your team. Go to piplanning.io/demo or follow the link in the description. Back to the program.
But you know what these both sides have in common? They both want to make sure that we build good systems. In a world of ASPICE and ISO 26262, the V model is strongly associated with development. In the traditional interpretation of the V model, we understand that everything is written down first. It needs to be specified, and then we build it up from the base until we see the final result. And this is the classic V model. What we try now is to narrow ideation and specification very close to verification so that we can have fast feedback. This provides fast flow, and fast flow depends on building quality into your development systems and with testing at multiple levels. So we generate tests for everything, for features, stories, the code, ideally even before the item is created. There are several patterns and methods for that. For example, test-driven development and others. Most large-scale complex environments are dealing with varying levels of criticality, from safety critical to security critical and so forth. Such areas are mostly regulated, and it is necessary to comply with formal standards, regulations, directives, and guidance. There is a plethora of regulations and standards which apply across different regulation domains. For example, FDA, ISO 26262, ASPICE, and so forth. Luckily, most of these regulations ask for the same common things. And if you go on a meta level, they want to see that you have somehow described how you want to work, and its description is known by all practitioners. They want you that you have transparency in the execution and continuous compliance, and that you can prove that. You want them to have effective and tailored processes. That you don't have only one size fits everything, and you want that each endeavor has its own variation of a defined process. They want to see that you can also ensure and prove that you have compliance for process and for the product. Of course, it needs to be verified, and you need to show that you have engineering practices and principles in place to fulfill verification and validation needs. Last but not least, if you work with agile suppliers, you have also to define how you want to work together with them. And if you have good answers to all these bullet points, you will get through with all the assessments. I believe that the basic word which is really needed here in regulated environments is trust. One thing that we do to answer these questions is that we build a quality management system. This is something that you know from the past with different life cycles. We talked about phases, milestones, as we used in the past. But this time, we do the very same in a lean agile manner. We build a solution and the compliance incrementally. We organize for value and compliance, and we continuously verify and validate and so forth. We do more or less the same things, but it's just organized in a very different manner. You know, people don't get smarter overnight just because they work in an agile manner. It's about how you organize your work. And I promised you to talk about PI planning. So let's take it from here with the next episode.